Okay, welcome back to the next part of the lesson for preteritums, that's the past tenses. We'll be dealing today with verbs which are not regular. Now, again, I point out if a verb is regular or not, we learn with practice. But let me tell you, once you know it's an irregular verb, how to make it into the past tense, we learn right now. Now, earlier we had learned certain rules for making a regular verb into past tense. This is the rule for irregular verbs. The first step, remove the umlaut, same as before. Now the second step is mostly about practice. You need to change the stem of the verb, which changes differently for each verb, which means we need to learn this. Yes, so it's basically practice. Okay, we could write here practice. Okay, and then there is, while conjugating the verb, we'll see that when we conjugate, it's a little different. We are not using the e like we normally do in the verb conjugations. We use the e for ish, mache, or ish macht, or like we used in the modal verbs. Ich konnte, yes, du konntest, erzias konnte. So we'll not be using a e ending for the ish and the erzias. We'll find out what we'll do for that. And also the last rule is the same, first and third person. It's the same conjugation. Perfect. So I'll attempt this table with you and I'll delete it from here. So let's say the verb is machen. Now this, for just to start, it's a regular verb. So we don't need to apply these rules. We'll apply the previous rules. We'll just add a T before the en and the verb from machen will become machten. Yes. So this is to do and this is I did. Or it could also be interpreted to make or I made. Past tense. Similarly, sagen is regular verb. We just add a T before the en and it's sagten. I say, I said. Arbeiten is also a regular verb. We'll just add a T. Arbeiten, it'll just be looking the same. Arbeiten, but then we need to change it somehow. So what we do after adding an extra T before the en, we also add a E in between the two T's. So arbeiteten. Now it looks different, yes? Also a little bit of a tongue twister. So yes, arbeiteten. These are the regular verbs and their regular past tenses. So if you conjugate them, it'll be just like we learned earlier. Ich machte, du machtest, erzias machte, wir machten, ihr machtet, sie, sie machten. Okay, so you'll come back and write here machten. Now if you go to sagten, help me out, you'll get it. Sagte, sagtest, sagte, sagten, sagtet, and sagten. Perfect. Now going to arbeiteten, we'll basically say the same thing, arbeitete. This just sounds a little weird, but it's just logical. Du arbeitetest, arbeitetest. Okay, something went to the next page. Let's make this a little smaller if I can. Okay, let's see. Okay, then it'll be again ich, erzias, arbeitete. Then it'll be wir arbeiteten, ihr arbeitet, and sie, sie arbeiteten. Yes. Fantastic. So this is a regular verb which should be not an irregular one. Let's write it's a regular verb, just having an extra E because of the spelling. Okay, now these are the verbs which are irregular, like sehen, gehen, and kommen. That means you can't really just add a T before the en. In fact, you don't have to add a T at all. Yes, there is no mention of adding a T here. So we'll not add a T. What we'll do, instead, we'll change the stem of the verb. It'll not be sehen anymore. In the past tense, it'll become sahen. Perfect. So the stem changed and we didn't add any T before the en. Now, gehen will not be geten. That'll be regular form. It'll be the irregular form and it'll be completely different. Gingen. So from gehen, it becomes gingen. Kommen becomes not komten. That'll be wrong. It'll become kamen with a single M. Yes. So that's why it's a little challenging at times to remember these past forms. That's why they are mostly used in the written form or while reading. Yes. So let's conjugate. Now the rule here for conjugation says there is no E in conjugation. That means if I conjugate, I will not say ish zah. That will be totally wrong. I'll simply say ish zah, du zast, zah, wir zahen, ihr zaht, sie, sie zahen. Fantastic. Similarly, gingen will not be ginga. It will be simply ish ging, du gingst, sie ging, wir gingen, not wingen, it will be gingen, ihr gingt, sie, sie gingen. Fantastic. Similarly, for kamen, it will not be kama, it will be ich kam, du kamst, sie kam, wir kamen, ihr kamt, sie, sie kamen. Fantastic. Yes. So we'll do another table here. This was just to warm up. We'll go next page and try to attempt the next ones as well. Let's delete the past forms, try to make them ourselves. These are all irregular verbs. Trinken will not become trinkten. In the past, it becomes tranken. I drank. Yes, perfect. Now, essen is to eat. It will not become esten. It will become assen. Yes, ate. Okay, denken is a regular verb, but it looks a little irregular. Let's find out why. So we'll be just treating this regular verb a little differently. That's why it's on the list. Now, denken will not become like denkten. It'll rather become dachten. So it still gets a T like it does in the regular verb. So it's a regular verb. Yes. And it will be conjugated as well as a regular verb. Dachten. Bringen will also not be bringten. It will be brachten. So these are regular verbs in which the stem changes. So these are exceptions. So we are doing it irregular. And gefallen is also irregular completely. It will not be gefalten. It will be gefielen. What is the meaning of gefallen? It's to be liked. To be liked. Yes. Perfect. And denken is to think. And dachten is thought. Bringen is to bring. Brachten is brought. Perfect. And if we didn't do the meanings of these verbs, we already, I think we know a few. Machen is to do. Machten, I did. Sagen, to say. Sagten, did. Sagten, said. Arbeiten is to work. Arbeiteten, I worked. Sehen is to say, see. Sahen is I saw. Gehen is to go. Gingen is I went. Kommen is to come. Kamen is I came. Fantastic. Now, these are all irregular verbs. Let's conjugate them. There'll be no E. It'll be ich trank. Du trankst. Sie es trank. Wir tranken. Ihr trankt. Sie, sie tranken. Perfect. Similarly for assen, it'll be ich ass. Very good. Du aßt. Very good. Sie es ass. Wir aßen. Okay, let's bring this. Okay, not there. We need to write here. All right. Wir aßen, ihr aßt. Sie, sie aßen. Moment. Yes. Fantastic. Yes. Now moving to these verbs, which I said this is a regular verb. It's just having its stem changed. I'll explain that later on why it changed, but it's a regular verb. We'll just conjugate it regularly. Ich dachte. Du dachtest. Sie es dachte. Wir dachten. Ihr dachtet. Sie, sie dachten. I thought, you thought he, she thought. We thought, you all thought. They thought. Or the formal you thought. Yes. Now, brachten is also a regular verb and it just has its stem changed, but the T is still there. So we'll be conjugating it like brachte, brachtest. Yes, you could make this a little smaller. Brachte, sie es brachte. Wir brachten. Ihr brachtet. Sie, sie brachten. Perfect. Then in the end, we have the verb gefielen. As we see, it's completely irregular. We'll not add any E. We'll simply say ich gefiel. And du gefielst. Yes. You are liked by, okay. to be liked by. You are liked by, I am liked by. But then we mostly use it in third person. It is liked by. Yes, then wir gefielen, we are liked by. Okay. Wir gefielen. You all are liked by. Ihr gefielen. They are liked by. Sie, sie gefielen. Okay. Fantastic. So here we have the verbs. Now moving forward, there are some verbs which are very important to be known even while we speak in the German language. These are the most important used verbs. Yes, they are haben, sein, and werden. To have, to be, and to become. So we need to learn how to say had, how to say was, and how to say became. Let's find out. Haben is a regular verb. It changes a little. It's hatten. To have, I had. And moving forward, okay. So let's bring it back. Hatten. Then we'll go to sein. Now sein is I am, you are, he, she, it is. Ich bin, du bist, er, sie, es ist. Now we'll make it in the past tense. Waren. That is I was, you were, he, she, it were, he, she, it was. Yes. And we were, you all were, and they were. So let's see, it'll be like waren. It's a little irregular. And werden is also a little irregular. It becomes wurden. Yes, so for these, okay, it becomes wurden. So I become, I became. Let's conjugate these. So it'll be ich hatte, du hattest, er, sie, es hatte, wir hatten, ihr hattet, sie, sie hatten. Fantastic. For waren, it'll be ich war, du warst, er, sie, es war, and it'll be wir waren, ihr wart, sie, sie waren. Fantastic. So this is irregular. It doesn't get an E. It's just war, warst, war, waren, wart, waren. This is regular. It gets an E. Yes. And this also behaves like more or less a regular verb since the conjugation is such. It'll be ich wurde, I became, du wurdest, er, sie, es wurde, he, she, it became, wir wurden, we became, ihr wurdet, you all became, sie, sie wurden, yes, they become, or they became. Yes, that's the plural. Fantastic. So these are some of the verbs which you must by heart. Yes, these are the 3 verbs, and the rest, of course, you should look through and you'll get the idea of the conjugations. Yes, and so this is just for revision for you to have a look until we get to the next part of the lesson where we'll try and make sentences with these irregular verbs as well. So this is John Berlin signing off. See you in the next lesson.